This is the Race Communiqué with Luke Durbridge, Tom Southam, and me, Mitch Docker. This is the Race Communiqué. Durbo, Tom Southam. Great to have you back, boys.
Me too.
It was pretty wild.
Put the guys to the sword.
Dear diary. Being brought to you exclusively by Training Peaks and our friends at MAP. All right, boys, we're here. Great to see you, boys. We're joined again. This is the Race Communiqué. Durbo, Luke Durbridge, Jayco, AlUla, and of course, Tom Southam, EF Easypost. Great to have you back, boys. We're here in Adelaide.
So I guess I am officially upgraded from guest to co-host as I was at the pre-production meeting this morning.
Yeah.
Derbs.
Yeah.
Mate,
Let's discuss.
to be honest,
No invite or?
the phone call I got this morning, which I called you, and you're like, oh, I'm just here. I'm like, who's that in the background? He's like, nah, no one.
I did not
No
say
one.
that.
No, and it's just, and then Tom's like, oh, hey, Durbo. And I'm like, oh, okay. They were just
What are you
discussing-
guys doing?
Yeah, what are you guys doing? And I'm like sitting there having breakfast by myself, trying to work on my segment, like doing research, things like that.
On the morning of,
Yeah,
we were just going over notes for the day.
Yeah,
So, look,
yeah.
we're here in Adelaide.
Yeah.
we are.
It's a great place where we always meet
It's
up.
an honour to be a guest on U2's podcast.
Yeah, it's great to have you guys. I'm actually, I'll be completely honest with you. I don't know how to intro you guys in terms of who comes first or last. You get a bit offended about that, who's first. I try
Right.
and alternate it.
Do I get offended?
No, I'm just wondering.
I know.
Do you get offended?
Yeah.
When you're,
Oh, fuck yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you do.
big
Yeah,
time.
okay.
But I'm not going to tell you like whether I'm offended by being first or second. I'm just offended.
Yeah, when Mitch introduced me, and then he introduces Will, and then and he introduces Tom after that.
Big thanks to all our subscribers, and then name them one by one, and then me.
And then Tom, our other guest.
Yeah.
Boys, exciting news. We're back up and running. And look, we couldn't be doing this without our major partner, MAP. But more exclusive is Training Peaks. They're back on board. We had a lot of fun with them last
They're
year.
back,
didn't we?
baby.
They're back. They're back for the ride again. They want to jump on board, come for the Race Communiqué. It was a lot of fun chatting with them about them last year and working with them, just sort of bringing it to light for a lot of people because, you know, Training Peaks, if you're new to hearing about Training Peaks, they've got a whole lot going on there. It's a virtual system for training. It's more than that, though, because, you know, click, sync, and go. Pretty much all your wearables.
Great.
They go into the app. They link up. Once you finish, it uploads automatically. Even better now is Training Peaks Virtual, which we chatted about last year. Excitingly, we're going to be hosting a couple of Training Peaks Virtual. Training Peaks Virtual is an online training system. They've got realistic racing. I'm looking forward to both of you going to be joining me in a race.
I'm just looking forward to Tom headband in his E studio ripping a sweat session.
Sweating it out. No. I like. Yeah. I think it'll be. It'll be interesting. It's a new world for me. It's going to be. It's going to be something.
The best part is, too, for anyone out there who doesn't have a coach or doesn't really know what to do, Training Peaks can really help you with that because they've got Coach Assist where they can help you find a coach. They can assign you, which will link up with your aspirations, also what the time limits, and help you achieve those goals. We're going to be chatting about them all year. We've got another thing that we're going to do with Training Peaks, which I thought would be really cool. It's called the Peloton Training Experience, where we're going to give all our experience from being in the Peloton around training. The full disclosure here is that we're not coaches. I'm not claiming to be a coach, but what I want to do is try and put some experience across from what I had when I was out training, what I learned from my coaches, what I liked about it, and put it down on paper so you guys can read it, give you something that your coach can't give you.
I mean, I think there's much more to coaching than just, you know, what's prescribed in your Training Peaks or what your sessions are. There's so much more to it. I think the perspective that we've got should add something to that, I would say.
So once a month, we're going to be taking in turns in writing something up, cooking it up. No rules, no boundaries. Go for it, Durbo. Tell us what you think.
Yeah, sometimes I wouldn't take my own training advice, but I think now with a bit of experience, I'll be able to tailor it. You know, some of the sessions that we've done in our past probably not worth
Bringing those up.
No, definitely not. No,
We don't need to present them to anyone.
definitely got to eat out training these days.
What not to do?
What not to do?
There you go.
Yeah.
Idea
101.
number one.
Yeah.
Lastly, boys, just a quick one of your experience working with Training Peaks over the years, and especially recently. For me, it's all about a data place that I have now as a non athlete. I don't need to log my data, but I still love doing it. I love to see where I'm at, even having a joke about how low my fitness can get and what I can do off that.
What is it currently?
It is in 30. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Just in the 30s at the moment. I've done a couple of rides and runs here, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's spiking. I haven't checked it in the last couple of days.
Got a couple of points. Just the fatigue score's just gone down, you know.
But I love the history. Like, I've got that history there.
You
from
follow the
over
wave,
the years.
you know. You just see it's like the stock exchange, you know. Currently, Mitch is in the GFC right now.
Yeah.
Or the Great Depression, just
1920.
waiting for the post-COVID boom, you know, just to come back up.
Well, a week of training.
Yeah, a week of training, yeah. I was pretty excited to have Training Peaks back because, I mean, they never left for me. I guess I've been with Training Peaks, I can't remember how long, maybe close to 20 years worth of data. So it fits really well. I mean, it's sort of, they're always there. I don't actually know what I would do if I didn't have a Training Peaks account and I had to move to another platform. So it's one of those things that, Training Peaks just does that. So I think all these great features that we discuss, they've always just been available to me. So it's been fantastic. But it's kind of just like having my bike. It's Training Peaks and my bike, and it all sort of goes together, and that's just what it is. So
it's the A grade. It's the gold standard.
Exactly.
Peloton.
Why change something that isn't broke, you know? So I'm really lucky to have them back, and yeah, we'll be sharing some insights, that's for sure.
I'm actually looking forward to reading your articles.
Me too.
Dear Diary.
We've got some exciting news at Life from the Peloton too, because look, we're giving it a bit of a facelift. We're rebranding a little bit. It's all got the same vibe, but you know, we're going to just polish things up and give you guys, well, everyone out there, something new to look at. More excitingly is the Substack, brand new Substack. This is for the old Pelo members. They're going to come across to the Substack. We're bulking it up. One of the biggest features, we've got the Chronicles with our old friend Swano. Of course, him and I will be rambling for hours on end for people who like hearing our stories. And I think the most exciting part about it is we've really boosted up because we've got Director's Cut.
Yep.
Southam
Coming in.
He's going to be riding.
Hot from the team car. So, no, pretty exciting. I think I want to give a perspective that doesn't exist anywhere else. Writing's been my thing. You know, I did my master's in it. I love doing it. And this gives me an opportunity to kind of put out there a perspective that doesn't normally get put, you know, anywhere in pen to paper. And then also, like, you know, giving us, like, trying to bolster this out a bit, you know. Sometimes once a month isn't enough with you guys for me. So
his hands burning.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to reading it. I've already been reading. So, Tom, you've already been doing your Substack for how many months?
I just started in the off season.
Yeah, okay.
Coincided with me having a lot of free time. So funny that.
There is always that ambition in the off season. Like, man, I should study and be a pro, or I should write and be a director. It's just like, and then all of a sudden May comes around, and you're just like, oh my God.
Why did I say once a week?
Why did I do this?
I'll be getting shorter and shorter paragraphs.
Hallmark gift card at one point at the end of it.
It'd be great. Look,
Nothing happened.
Giro, busy. Send.
The Pelo journals are going to be on there. My journals. I'm not going to overstep the mark like Tom is. You know, there'll be a few of them a year. I like putting my thoughts out there, and I don't know if people like hearing them, but I put it out. And also at Life from the Peloton this year, we've also got the events are going to be coming back. Our backyard tours are launching in February. So there's a bit going on. We even got a documentary series going this year. Life from the Peloton Media. I'm going to give it a shot.
Nice.
Cool.
Going to Belge, back to the motherland.
Nice. So a little snippet on what you're going to do? We don't know yet. Just keep it.
It's got something to do with beer.
And cycling?
And cycling.
Yeah.
Hey, mate.
Nice.
Match made in heaven.
Yeah.
So,
Good for a dummer.
but yeah. Well, boys, last night was the Digger and the Doughboy, our live show. It was pretty wild.
Put the guys to the sword on the roller racing.
We did. It was an idea.
Glad that I didn't go down. As soon as I saw that you were dragging people out of the audience to do that, I was like,
And it looked hard, you know. Like,
glad that I
giving it.
That's the thing. I didn't know what was going to work. So if everyone doesn't know, roller derbies, old school rollers with it's sort of essentially like a big clock, and you got to just at the power you put down, the clock moves around. And I wasn't sure if we could get the pros doing it. I thought we were going to do. Ian Boswell was there with me, and I thought Bos will race someone from the crowd, I'll race someone from the crowd, and then Bos and I will race together because you know whatever. But then we sort of started mentioning it, and he got Luke Lamparty, just started talking him up before, and he goes, Luke's going to do it. I'm like, yes, because I knew if Luke did it,
His
Then
director's sitting right here, eh? He's just like, he did what? Didn't even put two and two together. Like, that's awkward.
It's 30 seconds.
30
you know?
seconds to come off the rollers.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, they took the front wheel.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right.
And so
That's
Lawrence,
cheating. You got to have the full
Safe
double.
as.
Lawrence
double.
Pithy did it too.
Yeah.
But they went deep. But that's the thing I realised is we're all athletes.
Yeah.
And the competition is so...
Yeah.
As soon as you start
At a crowd.
pretending to race and
Yeah.
the crowd gets behind you, everyone just went full.
Let's do
completely
it.
full. The best thing we did was we didn't race the pros against each other because I think that would have been
Yeah, a bit much.
just too much.
Yeah.
Except when we did Heyman versus Matt Winston. That's when it went.
Heyman in jeans and a jeans denim shirt as well, like on the rollers. Can you imagine being in jeans?
I know,
rollers
I know.
and like RM Williams or whatever he's wearing.
He just went,
Did he have RMs on?
Yeah, I think so.
oh, God. He's also so competitive, that guy. He just wouldn't let it.
Well, he tied, didn't he, with Winston?
Tied. I'm not even trying to.
Yeah.
No, I saw the
10.
video. He did
It was
tie,
exactly
yeah.
tie, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Where'd you get the old roller?
I hit up Port Adelaide Cycling Club. I hit Gino up actually.
Yeah.
So I called Gene Bates, who's from Adelaide, and said, Gino, I've got this idea. It was pretty last minute, a couple of weeks out.
Yeah.
Got this idea because my club in Brunswick, they have one.
Mm.
I was like, I don't know if I can take it across. They're pretty big. So there must be one in Adelaide, surely. So I was like, Gino,
Checking
fine.
baggage.
And they hit him up. They've got a roller.
At the airport. Are you all right?
I drove over. And they've got a whole roller derby competition going on this week. They do like an electronic version. And I was like, I really want the old school one.
Yeah.
We used to do it in our club in the UK.
Did you?
Like once a year was like roller racing night, and it was all like big thing, and then
I
finals.
really just don't,
It's
never
supposed to be
trusted the
4
arrow,
laps,
though.
though.
2K would that be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
two, so that
Yeah.
we got some
Oh.
trackies in, young trackies
Oh,
in, who are aspiring to go junior worlds, and they look like legit could ride for Australia tomorrow. Their bodies were like massive,
Yeah.
big units on BTs.
Mm.
We got them to do 2 laps to a K. The difference from 1 to 2 laps was huge. Like we all did 1 lap and it was still going strong to the end.
Yeah.
They got halfway around the second lap and they were dying. Yeah. So I was thinking 4 laps. But anyway, let's talk about it. Let's get into it. So the way this works is I'm talking race recap. Durbo brings in some stuff from the Pelo in Pelo Chat, his segment, and Tom brings us the tactics. He's the mastermind behind the wheel, calling the shots. At the end of all that, we do a CommuniQuiz, which I've cooked up for you guys today. But firstly, because it's early in the year, not a lot of races going on. There's been one big race that kicked off this year, the Australian National Championships.
I thought you were going to say Boxing Day puppers.
Well, of course.
That was December.
Does it need airtime?
Yeah, it was last year's big race.
Let's talk about the Australian Nationals because there's a lot to unpack about that. I'm going to give everyone a bit of an idea of what happened in the race. It's 176K, 13 laps of a lumpy course. You got Malcolm Street is the major climb in the course. Not a crazy climb from what I know. I haven't been there myself, but it's no Buninyong. It's still difficult, but it's more about that course has no easy spots. Is that right, Derbs?
Yeah, exactly. It's about 10, 15 seconds of freewheeling, true freewheeling, you know? The rest is just always on the pedals, even if you are going downhill.
So break gets away. 14 guys get up the road. Derbs, you were there with Ben O'Connor. Pretty good situation for Jayco. They had Plappy back in the bunch, Kel O'Brien back there, Rudy Porter was back there as well. Who else was among
Hamish
was back
McKenzie.
there.
Yep.
So they had some guys back in the bunch, and from what I can tell, everything was sort of rolling pretty smooth. Ben O'Connor up Malcolm Street started putting some Hail Marys down just to soften them up. They got rid of Wellsford, which was good, and the group was whittling down. About 40K to go, or just outside 30-something K to go, Derbs, you decided to go. You get away. I'd like to hear why and understand that tactic, but you get away solo. The break was about 6 riders left behind, and Ben O'Connor was still there. Behind the Peloton, sorry, I never mentioned the break got out to about 4 minutes.
Yeah.
It was 5 minutes at one point.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
The behind, nothing was happening in the break. They were just rolling around. No one was, and that's to a degree because there's no massive teams here aside from Jayco. Team Brennan was there, who had a couple of riders in the break.
Case as well.
Case as well.
Yep. But they all had representation in the breakaway, so there's no reason for them to chase. Yeah.
So behind Jay Vine, seemingly looks like he'd already won the national team TT. Seemingly looked like he was just getting a bit of training efforts in because he did a big Hail Mary again up the Malcolm Street and then just sort of pulled out. But that started things behind. From there, from what I could see, it looked like Luke Plapp went on with it and he decided to try and ride across your teammate right across the break. In that moment there, he brought Pat Eddy across. He joined the break. Things kept going from there. Team Brennan were attacking as well. Plappy got involved with that, covering it. But then, at that point there, the groups were coming back together. Your gap was getting whittled down, but still with 1 lap to go, you still had a minute. Coming into the bottom of Malcolm Street, you were in sight. Plappy took off, going for goal. Pat Eddy could stay in his wheel. Ultimately, Plappy couldn't get rid of Eddy, and Pat Eddy pumped him in the sprint, won the national championships. That's sort of, in a nutshell, I'm missing a hell of a lot, but just to give everyone an idea of what happened. Ben O'Connor obviously was covering attacks too. He was still there in the finish, but my question out of this, Durbs, is let's rewind. Let's understand the tactics before the race. Going into the race, what was the team's tactics?
So you've been in our team before for the national championship, so obviously a lot of pressure on us, being the biggest team. We didn't have the most riders in the race, but we got 6 World Tour riders, so no one else has that benefit. So it's always about making the situation to win the bike race. It doesn't matter who it is. So it's, we sit down with 6 guys that we had this year, and the meeting is always pretty similar. We have an opportunity to win the bike race tomorrow, which is exciting for everyone because everyone's done a lot of work in the off-season and everyone's ready. So you're always going in there from a neo-pro all the way up to Ben O'Connor. Could be national champ tomorrow if the right, situation evolves. And what we've always done is sort of hedge your bets. Find yourself in a situation where you can win from it. We'll back that in. We'll back it all the way into the finish. We don't really care who wins as long as we win. We always have a few safety bets back in the Peloton, maybe Ben O'Connor or Luke Plapp or a Kel O'Brien that might potentially be able to win in a final lap against Mano and Mano in the Jay Vine situation. But most of the time it's about isolating those other guys that don't have teammates.
Is that a clear message that's put through? Look, when I was racing, of course, we had lots more Australians in the race.
Sure.
The clear message always went through. At the end of this race, we've got our guys. Gero, it'd be great. Gero's our best chance, or Cam Meyer, whatever. Yep. But at the end of this, Jayco or Green Edge need to win this race. That was a clear message I always got. Was that the same message for you guys?
Exactly. It's a big race for us. I think it's. We're the only Australian, World Tour team, and it's just. We have to win, and the pressure's on. It's a great thing as well. That's why we've always been quite successful there. But look, sometimes we botch it up, and you've been a part of teams that we've botched it up too. It doesn't feel great. But this year, for example, we found ourselves in a situation, like you said, Ben and I in the breakaway, which is great. 2 guys. I obviously won the year before. O'Connor's Ben O'Connor, so not a bad option. And we found ourselves with 3 from Brennan, 3 from Caish. So the other 2 big teams that could have guys to chase, they're not there. Harper, so you eliminate Damien Housen back in the group. And we had Marriage up there from NSN, so it eliminates Brady Gilmore. There's in that break, it was just actually perfect. And to be honest, it wasn't hard. We went hard for 10 minutes. We established the group, and then after that, everyone pretty much just went on autopilot and chipped through. So the group got further and further away purely because everyone was mostly happy with it. Obviously, apart from Jay Vine and a few others, they weren't happy with them not being in the group. But hey,
was there ever any talk about this is pre-race that certain individuals need to have a win? Because I think a lot of people have talked about this and going, well, it's an individual race. That's at the murky waters where, teams and individuals.
It's also different from, so I think this case is quite unique to Jayco because, for example, if, a lot of other teams don't do nationals as teams races. If we send 4 guys to the UK nationals, the guys go and it's don't mess each other up, but it's their race. Oh. That's how we see it. Yeah.
Really?
Whereas with you guys, it's very much it's a directive, and I think that. I saw a bit.
But in other countries, you go France, right?
I don't know how they do
or whatever. They bring in their amateur team.
Oh, they just ride for Demar.
And they just ride on the front. They've got literally 13 guys on the front chopping off.
For Grunewagen when he won his first one.
I actually find that really weird to hear you say that about the UK.
Yeah, or I think it's because we've got perhaps so like few riders from a concentration of one country.
So it wouldn't be viewed badly if two guys sprinted against each other going the line.
No, I mean, like the way I see it as well, it's like it's an individual race. I totally understand why Jayco do it as a team race. I totally understand why any team would. With that, I think there comes, because I did it with Drapac, the Aussie title, twice. I did DS that. We had 16 riders.
Mm-hmm.
I remember just like, it felt like such a burden to be, because nobody else needs to race, right? Like if the the Orange guys, the Brennan guys, if they raced and sprinted for second, probably they'll be like, well, that was a good day out. Nothing to lose. Whereas you're in a situation where you've got something to lose.
Yeah.
And that's how we felt at Drapac a little bit.
Yeah.
Like as having so many riders in the race. It's not as, you get a lot of people turning around going, oh, they've got everything, they should win. If you do win, it's like, oh, well,
you should have
won. You should have won.
Well, I think that's where we find ourselves in every situation. And look, the team's been going for a very long time. We're talking 15 years now. There's been a lot of national championships out of from this team. And on average, we win. We win most of the time. Like on average, percentage wise, we win the actual nationals most of the time. There's a couple of occasions where we've been beaten by we shouldn't have been beaten. I can name a few examples, that we got beaten by people that we shouldn't have been. But we can't win. Honestly, it's just unrealistic. You can't win 15 times in a row. If we had, that would just be like miraculous.
It'd be even more negative, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So
take us back to the situation then.
Right.
So you're up the road.
I'm up the road with Ben, and then I think in the end of the day, me and Ben had discussed. We're both from Perth. Ben was feeling quite good. My main thought was, Ben O'Connor's going to win this race today. That was sort of my thought process in it. Ben's obviously going really well. I knew he was the strongest in the group. So how can we create a situation to get Ben up the road, either with one other that he can always get rid of, or just by himself to go on to win the bike race? So Ben and I was discussing maybe 4 to go, start hopping into it, start attacking and creating an even more of a harder race.
1-2, like you go, I go,
you go, I go, you go, I go.
So the team wasn't communicating with you about any tactics at this point. Were they just sort of like, hey, this is good, you two go for it?
Yeah, look, they came up and look, what we can do is, because me and Ben aren't fast, and there was a few guys that are fast, if we couldn't get rid of them, we didn't necessarily want the breakaway sailing down to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We wanted to keep it at 4 or 5. And if, for example, after two to go, if Ben and I are sitting there going, we've tried everything we can, but we can't get rid of Ollie Bledden, or we can't get rid of this person, they're going to beat us in the sprint. Just sit on, and then we can close it with a few at the back. But you can't close 7 minutes, but you can close potentially 4, 3. So that's what was happening at the back. We had maybe Hamish McKenzie was riding maybe 2 laps, just to sort of tempo, just to sort of not chase us down, but just like Ben and I are sitting on at the front. Hamish is just chipping it over, keeping it in check. And then when Jay Vine came and did his race implosion or brain fart, whatever, just went for it. Then for no reason.
Was it a smelly one?
Yeah. Anyway, he went after it. Then the Peloton was back in play, 2.5 minutes by that point. So then me and Ben were like, okay, well, we should probably start getting into it earlier than probably what we would have. We probably would have waited till 3 to go. Instead, Ben went at 5, which is quite a long time. Ben did a big effort. I went after. That was the first lap. Then we came back around again. Ben did another one on the climb. And then I was just on the back of that group, maybe 5 guys or something like that. And look, I just thought it was the right moment because Ben had already gassed them, and I just thought, okay, this is the time. But I went out there thinking this is for Ben as well, that I'll get out there for and the other guys will close it down for Ben, and he'll go again. He'll go solo. But because Ben had gone so hard, they were so gassed, I got the gap really quickly, and then I eventually went on with it. And that was I think it was like 45K to go, something like that. And
45.
So when I got out there, I was like, okay, I've been in this situation before, and I know what I can do numbers-wise and things like that. So I just started lapping around. I think, like I said to Tom on the way here, I was about 385 average for the last hour and 405 normalised for the last hour. Like, pretty big numbers. I haven't done this in a long, probably since 2017 Classic Day. So the condition was there, and I think I dropped off other than when I pulled over and chatted to people on the finish line after what had happened, I lost like 0.1 k's an hour over the laps I was out there. So, to be honest, not a lot of fade, maybe 5 watts over the time I was out there. But yeah, I was definitely, obviously you look like you're suffering, but it's part of the game.
It's also comments, like commentary comments, people on TV hear the commentators.
Yeah, that's it. I think at the end of the day, then we come to the race. We obviously see what happens in the finish. Look, as a team, we're like very disappointed with how it went, because I think there was a lot of good things that happened that day within the team that we were proud of, and we potentially could have maybe taken out the whole podium at one point. And actually, full credit to Pat Eddy, like chapeau, rode a really smart race, played his time, and he won the bike race. So actually nothing taken away from him. I'm actually really happy to see him in the national championship jersey. So it's also hard to do when you're up against our team to pull that off. But yeah, there's no radios. That's another big thing that I think people forget, that nationals and the world championships, there is no radios. So people are acting on their instinct or on their thought or on their whatever they thought potentially. I have no idea what's going on behind me, and they have no idea what's going on in front, which makes it tricky. But there is absolutely no tactics at that point. The last lap, they're pulling the car out. Heyman's not sitting there telling us what to do. He's literally parked on the side of the road, letting the peloton come past, just watching it unfold.
I think that's a really interesting point. You just said they're telling us what to do. I think at this point here, there needs to be a bit of think for yourself. This is what I like about it.
But also, like, how much picture each rider has. It's not so much being told what to do, but like as a DS, you can give someone a picture as to what's happening, right? Durbo's got 1 minute. Say that. You instantly see it. If you don't know, right, and you get a glimpse of a motorbike and you don't, like, or something, like, you got to think that everyone's blind. Not so much in terms of stop riding, go, but like you don't quite know. You wouldn't have known what was going on behind you until after the race.
Yeah, which I think the only thing is, like you said, that we probably came back to it when we sat down and we had this debrief about the nationals, and obviously everyone's saying what they can say and everyone's got an opinion and things like that. But pretty much in the end of the day, the major objective is to win the bike race. I wasn't out there to win the bike race for myself. I was out there because that was the right thing to do at the time, to win the bike race for the team.
And the bonus and stuff. And
yeah, obviously the money. And exactly. Hey, mate, all got to eat.
Bragging rights.
Yeah, bragging rights, yeah. So I think what was happening was we had the bike race run. We had the bike race won at that point. So there was actually no need to do anything. It's a shame that we're not racing for silver. We're not racing for the podium. And even if we were to win the bike race, but all finish outside the top 10 because we decided to block or whatever do behind, that's actually the objective of the race, and that's the plan. I think everyone understands that. So I don't think anything else needs to be said. There's things that have acted. People have made some big mistakes, and that's obviously cost us all as a team, because we sat down here having a great meeting and a great vibe, and I think it was bit of a shame that that's how it went. But look, there's been some really, really positive meetings after the Nationals about it, and some things we're going to move forward as a team, and we're all happy to take ownership of the fuck up, to be fair. We're not pointing any fingers. We're just like, people know.
Family show, mate.
People know what they did, and things have been said, and we're moving forward from that. And I think it's only by your actions this week and going forward as a team we can go, right, we are normally renowned as a pretty tight unit, I will say. Jayco's never really been a team that you go, well, yeah, they're a bunch of individuals. Like, never really see it like that. That's why we probably teams time from better than above our grade,
You guys as well are quite like, as I understand it from riders that have come to us from you, like always on it with the debriefs, always on it with like the feedback being a way you get better, constructive feedback.
Exactly.
I heard the other day about a team that doesn't even do debriefs.
Yeah.
Like, what?
I did hear, and that was actually quite a good team.
Yeah.
And they win quite a lot.
Yeah.
Don't do debriefs.
You can't say it.
Well, it's UAE, but I heard, I don't know if it's true, I heard UAE, I don't know where.
No, they don't.
Maybe
They
they don't
do
need
it.
to.
No.
Yeah.
And also, Trent Ting came from Quickstep to us, and he said, "Oh, no, we don't."
Yeah, that's another one I
debrief.
heard
And I was like,
Quickstep.
"Wow, they just win all the time."
The debrief is
Detrimental, maybe.
Yeah. I'm seeing it here. Quick step in the day. No debriefs. They've started debriefs now.
Magnus Court, obviously you've been director of him, but he's always such a dry personality. And he came and Whitey was asking him, what do you know about the debrief? And he goes, it's the worst 4 minutes of my life. Debrief. Yeah, talking about the race after. He's like, I hate them. And Whitey's like, oh, right, fair. So good.
No, but like if you do it right, I think a lot comes from that.
Anyway, so that's where we're at. So obviously I'm really happy with finding myself in the situation to win the bike race 2 years in a row. That's pretty cool. And Perth put on a great show and it was great. But obviously we're upset about it. But like, hey, what are you going to do? Move forward. You're only as good as your last bike race. So let's make sure that the next one's a bit better because not a great start. But hey, it's all right.
Well, you heard it here first. Turbo's first interview about the Nationals. Exclusive.
Yeah.
We're on the eve of Tour Down Under, but there's only other racing that's really been going on is cyclocross. And I think it's really interesting because just really quickly, I want to touch on this. Van der Poel is on the eve, on the cusp of becoming the individual record holder of 8 times world champion in cross. And there's been a bit of speculation around. He's 7 times champ now. Mariano Vos is also 8 times champion, but the male record is 7. And there's talk about that he might retire from cross after this year if he wins it in Hulst, which is the World Championships are coming up soon, which is interesting, I think. And pulling it back, it may change the way he rides on the road. These guys, these cross guys, it's instrumental to their road performance. And if we look at Van Aert, who crashed in Zolder. Sorry, not in Zolder. Did he crash in Zolder?
No.
He crashed in Mole.
Mole, yeah.
He crashed in Mole, broke his foot, racing Van der Poel. The way Van Aert races is Van der Poel goes to cross races that he knows he can win. Van Aert's a bit old school. He goes to cross races to find his form and eventually gets in that form. He's getting closer to that form, going toe-to-toe with Van der Poel, crashes, puts his foot down, was icy as, breaks his foot. And there's this question around him now that I wanted to talk about is that when Van Aert has a good cross season, his road season follows really well. When he doesn't have a good cross season, he doesn't have a great road season. So the question now is this the way that he can break the cycle? It's not out of form that he's not racing cross now, because sometimes he's gone, you know what, I'll back it back a bit because I want to focus on the road. But that puts too much pressure on his road. I'm speculating here because he hasn't had that momentum of good results in cross. I'm in a good space. I'm going good. So he backs it off. I want to focus on the road. He doesn't get that momentum and he doesn't perform well on the road. Now he's had this break, his forced break from cross. He's back on the bike after 3 days doing 6 hours on the trainer. So he's still got form.
Fun.
Could this be the break of cycle for Van Aert that maybe he needed from it?
Yeah, I have this thing about him as well. Because remember, like when he was in his best form, he would always be too good too soon. Opening weekend, he'd just destroy everyone. That's true, yeah. And then
E3
get to Flanders. Yeah. And he just wasn't there. So maybe it would fit in with that sort of thing, whereas like a forced rest. We've seen it a couple of times with athletes, where they've had, it's hard to pinpoint, but like they've been so caught up in this cycle of training and doing more, and they have an accident, and then they manage to keep training, so the injury's not enough that it stops them, but they're forced to do less on a trainer, and then they come out of it even better than they've been before, because it's like
Eamon, case in point, true.
Or it's like that post-retirement thing where you stop doing those massive loads and you suddenly pop up,
I won Cape Epic.
There you go.
Amateur league, but still won it.
So maybe if he gets a micro pause like that,
that's what I think.
Help.
I honestly think because
it was well planned by Visma to have him break his ankle. I mean,
it's retired.
Yeah,
it feels like he's got the whole world on his shoulders with pressure. Yeah. I don't know this for sure, but I feel like it's hard for him to balance pressure. I don't know what it's like being in Belgium with that. So now it's sort of almost like it's not my fault. I've just got to come back. He's supposed to be at opening weekend, first race, and then go on from there.
You remember racing with Sepp, how much the pressure would affect him, in those races?
Sepp and Mark.
Yeah. And he's not even as big as, as Van Aert. So like I imagine Van Aert's under even more.
There's a new, just to finish on cross, there's a new rivalry coming. We got Thibaut Nice and Tibor Del Grosso. So Tibor Nice, Sven Nice's son, Belgian. Tibor Del Grosso, he's riding for Alpecin. He beat Van Aert in Zolder.
Yeah.
This is the new Dutch-Belgian rivalry coming through, which could be really cool on cross, but also I've personally enjoyed that rivalry.
And it never looks like
Yeah, 6-7. You're
right. Don't.
It happened. But yeah, I think that's really interesting. Enough about cross. TDU, we're here. We're on the eve. You boys are kicking off tomorrow. By the time this comes out, a couple of stages, it will be done. But boys, give us the insights. I've got an idea from the outside what this race is. It's a pretty exciting course this year, arguably the hardest course as well.
Yeah.
Sort of the direction the race is going. I don't think Stewie's gone ridiculous, but they've made some tweaks that'll
Just
yeah
turning the dial up a little bit.
dial
year
it
after
slowly
year.
where you sort of
Oh, yeah, that crit you guys used to roll around.
Just let everyone train.
No, they're like...
That's the hardest thing. It's me and Tom were talking about that.
Yeah, that's
Over
true.
this weekend, I don't ever train so hard going into 2 and under because everyone's like, oh, well, we used to have this crit, which was 1 hour.
Yeah.
Instead, we'll just replicate that with
Yeah.
5 hours in the hills in Adelaide. Everyone's just like, oh, my God.
I see you still did a hit out.
Yo, everyone comes
Everyone's
in
motoring.
salty and like every group has left at 9:30 and they're back at 2 o'clock just like, it's hot out there. And I'm like, well, we could just have a rest.
That was a hard crit this year.
It's been harder than
Cancer
crit.
race.
was.
Look, I think 2 times up the corkscrew, in my eyes, could be
Left
a
turn there.
technical stage.
Or the left makes
The
a big
left
difference
turn is
at the top of the course.
massively different. So in previous iterations when they've had corkscrew, we've gone right
Down Monte.
and you immediately start descending. And then like the climbers have pulled a gap and then heavier guys have come back on that downhill. But now we turn left and you've got like another 7 minutes climbing.
Yeah, I think it makes the whole climb 12 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Like it's a 12-minute climb. Like that's way longer than Wollonga. Wollonga's like, what is it, 7 or 7? So it's like almost double Wollonga in terms of length.
Yeah.
And you do it twice.
Yeah. It's going to be on.
So is Wollonga going to matter 3 times now? So 1 time early and then bang, bang, uphill finish,
Wollonga I see is more of like a sprint. It depends on the time bonuses, doesn't it?
sprint stage. Right, Wellsford.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
No, but last year was a sprint. No, Novaes won it in a...
In a bungee. Who let him out, actually?
Yeah,
Wellsford.
It was a different team.
He was still there though. He just missed it on the
They've
throat.
got the 3K rule crash.
It's too. The thing is with Wollonga, like I think that no one has ever been able to hold on. I think last year we did this plan of like going early, and honestly, it was pretty close. Not saying pulling it off, but it was like to make it hard because of that extra lap. But because of the wind, if you get the head
Draft, man.
if you get the wind coming in from McLaren Vale to Wollonga into that run in, you just get eaten up by the Peloton. It's impossible, you know.
Yeah.
So to stay away, unless you get away with 5 guys, it's pretty tricky. But
But the thing is, corkscrew's relatively early.
stage 2.
Yeah, and then you're
Yeah.
defending. Stage 3 is a pretty hard stage, still 2,500 metres into Narain.
Nang.
Thank you.
Like, yeah.
Naan, I think. It's like, I thought garlic
Naan.
naan or something.
Okay,
Naan.
garlic into garlic. naan.
Into garlic naan.
And then I give the last stage, Sterling, which is just a ceremony circuit race.
I'm just going to roll around.
Honestly, I was thinking to myself, I did it yesterday, and you've raced on the Stirling circuit. Like, if you had like quite a narrow lead going into Stirling, and you had to ride that whole day as a team, that would be awful. It's such a hard circuit to ride on because it's slight uphill into generally like a little headwind all the way up to Stirling, and then you've got these rollers around the back. You just get eaten up by. Everyone comes past you for positioning, and then you've got to fight your way back and start riding again. But you got to ride. I don't know how many laps is it? 10 laps? Around?
8.
Yeah. Man, horrible.
It's going to be a bunch, you reckon?
It will, but it'll still be hard.
Wellsford again, yeah.
So he's going to get 4 stages here, I guess.
I think
It's
so.
a
I think Wollonga's a foregone. Maybe you win the prologue as well.
Hey, good shout.
He actually could. Yeah.
Good shout. I was going to say.
So it is 4 chances for Wellsford. Yeah. If he comes out with 3, he'll be sort
They've
of
just
slightly
designed a
disappointed.
Wellsford-friendly course, basically.
Sam, shout out.
No, but like, think
Oh,
about...
he's going well. Shout out. Go. Yeah. Hope Sam wins 4 stages.
Well, boys, that's enough for me. Let's get into Durbo's talking tactics.
Durbo's talking to
Yeah, I'm taking Tom's
Sorry.
segment. You've done
Sorry.
that twice now.
I'm going to do Peloton.
Peloton. Hi, guys. Welcome to 2026. Hi guys, first of the live Pelo chat for 2026.
Nice. Been working on that.
I have actually, yeah. Started a little bit to start with Pelo chat. I just honestly, I think you created the name, and I just can't. Probably should have changed it up. You know?
Yeah, change it then.
I should. Yeah.
What should it be then?
I don't know. Like, yeah. No. If I say something now, no. Let's move on. Pelo chat for now. I'll work on that. What I thought, we're at 2 under. We're in Australia. I thought it would be just like a little nice moment to welcome a few of the new Aussie pros into the Peloton. We actually have, I did some looking last night, we have 27 World Tour pros from Australia. That is actually insane.
Does that mean it's just easier to go pro now?
It sounds like it.
Yeah, it is.
I think so.
Yeah, I think
Back in my day.
I think
across
there's
the
less
board.
talent, but just easier.
Yeah.
No, but what I wanted to say is like there is like for people back home is like watching cycling from Australia and just the scene that I've noticed when I'm back home in Perth and in Adelaide. I mean, the hype around cycling is huge at the moment.
He's going to mention this ride, isn't he? This.
I'm not mentioning it. I'm not
Boxing
mentioning
Day
it.
ride.
I didn't mention Puffers. I didn't. You brought it up. But so what I thought was like I got 27 Australian pros. I would like to just quickly say a little second about them and just get everyone a little bit of an idea of like what we're looking forward to seeing from them this year. What I
All
think.
27.
Yep. Let's do it.
Okay.
All right. Let's do it. So we're going to go Callum Scottson, moved to decathlon. We saw what he did last year at the Tour de France. It's been a great move for him. And he's like lieutenant now for Felix Gall, pretty much a straight up call up like Tour de France, things like that. So
Going well.
honestly, as a climbing lieutenant, he's one of the best at the moment. So good luck for Callum. He's here. So that's also good. Oscar Chamberlain, he's obviously there as well. He did quite a big heavy program last year, did all of the classics, first year. So, and he's quite young, so it's a bit of a shock, I guess, first year pro, but he sort of handled that well. And he was obviously on the podium and the Nationals, so going pretty well there. Plowright, he was sort of a bit on the fence with Alpes to continue.
The plough.
They give him another
Chance.
crack, but he also was really good in the Giro. You know, he did some really good stuff in the Giro. Everyone's probably a bit surprised he handled the Giro the way he did. And he won the national criterium the other day. He's their sprinter here, so he's actually given like a proper opportunity. Like he's now their main guy.
Would anyone care though about national crit?
No, it just means he's done some work.
Yeah.
It means he can come in here. He's fast. He beat Welford. Welford wins a lot of stages here. A straight up sprint.
He could be up 4 stages then.
I think he'll win Wollonga, that's for sure. We've got Rudy Porter, and it's pretty exciting because he's back. He was on our team for 2 years. He went away. He actually just dedicated himself to just training last year and really grafting it out in Nice. And
So he had no contract,
no contract.
Wow.
just trained.
I didn't know that.
and now he's back.
Yep. Well, because we know he's good, and he had some injury stuff with us.
Right. Fair
And
play.
I think he had this moment our coach was keeping an eye on him.
Cool.
And I mean, not 100% that he didn't do any racing, but he was over in Nice just going after Stravas, training every day, pretty much just keeping his head on, which is actually incredibly hard,
Super difficult.
you know? And I think to him to just stay over there and keep a belief, we were all keeping an eye on how he was tracking, and injuries are now clear, and now he's going really, really well. So for him to come back, and also we know there's no reason for him to he's a great team player, great guy, really strong rider. So really cool to have him back in the World Tour, which is, like you said, you don't often get 2 bites of the cherry. So very happy for him to be back. Plappy, obviously going pretty well from what we saw in the Nationals, but I think coming here to it under, he knows like Aussie stuff he's always been good, but I think there's some big focuses for him over in Europe now, maybe a bit of a slower build. Obviously wasn't as good in the TT, but maybe he's doing less work over the off season like that to pin himself to fatigue. So I think now going to Europe could be good. Luke Durbridge.
What's he up to?
I've just been a legend. O'Connor, we got him at the Giro and then potentially tour stages.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
which is pretty
I
cool.
think he'll have a good year, second year in a team.
Yeah, look, to be honest, I think this year he still won a stage of the tour, but he was trying to be as good as possible because he's taken that leadership role.
Yeah.
And Ben always goes after it. And I think this year he's just a bit more relaxed about it and understands what he did differently.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good one. Hamish McKenzie is one of the new guys coming in. He's from Tassie. He was second in to Josh Tarling in the TT in Wollongong. So he's a really, really good TTS, and he's actually can get quite light. So he's got a big engine. I would presume potentially leading towards that time trial, even like climbing support as he goes, as his sort of engine develops. And just a really sound, guy from Launceston. Just, nothing really phases him. So pretty exciting.
Gossie's mate.
Yeah, Gossie's mate. Yep, definitely. Bling, obviously fantastic bike rider, but he's getting like towards the end of his career. So it'll be interesting to see how Bling keeps going. But for me, I'm always amazed how he keeps recreating himself. And like he still won a classic this year, which we hadn't won in Australia, and he was always up there. And so, look,
Just need San Remo.
Honestly, I think that's it. Yeah, if you win San Remo, drop Mike and get out of there.
Just ride home, and that's it.
Yeah. Kel O'Brien, he is a Olympic champion on the track, but Kel's like probably one of the only guys that I've known that's really cared about the classics, and just from Aussie, most Aussies say, I want to be a classic rider. They do the first year in Belgium, like, I don't want to be a classic rider ever again. But Kel's one of those guys that keeps coming back, lives there, moves there, wants to be
He
part
moved there.
Well, no, like over that period of time, he spends long times there, like we used to in Belgium. So he's very much invested in that.
Nice.
Jay Vine, I think to me, last year was absolute standout year. And now, like, he was second in the World Championships in the time trial behind Remco to beat Tadej. Like, he's really getting to that point where, like, every time trial he goes to, he's going to be, like, challenging against Garner. Like, he's gone another level in terms of that, like, and just winning the Nationals pretty comfortably on the weekend as well. Yeah, like I said, we'll go into it about how, like, merging with the team. But, yeah, it's definitely he's definitely strong. That's no question. Chris Hamilton.
Hamo still going?
Yep. Chris Hamilton's still going, lieutenant there. I mean, he's just like part of the furniture at DSM. And he manages to do it very well, selected all the big grand tours. Dinham, fantastic to see him back. So, Matty Dinham, he was 7th at the World Championships in Glasgow, had an issue running, injury, and he's been literally out for a year and a half.
That was a huge result.
Huge result. And it wasn't just that. Throughout that season, did the tour as well. So he had like a really exciting like progression, and thinking, wow, this kid's going to be a one-day rider for sure. And then the poor guy had an injury, and he's literally kept him out for a year and a half. So he's back at the Nationals. So that's pretty cool to see. And Jared Drisner's a bit of a lifeline going to Red Bull, but really exciting. He's got an amazing rider, amazing support, but he was kind of used in Lotto in certain areas with Caleb for a little bit, then he left, and he was DeLee, but he did the tour. He's done 2 Tour de France's now. So I think it's a really good signing from Red Bull,
Like, those guys go, like, the riders we've had who've come from Lotto, like, they've been not necessarily utilised to get the best out of them, but they've learned an absolute ton. And they're such good pros. Harry Sweeney.
Yeah, they're grafters. Yeah. They're self-reliant. They can sort themselves out. They're not necessarily supported.
But like, when they're there, they just like, it's just like, just rolling around, and then cool. Hopefully he steps up.
Then we've got Luke Tuckwell, very successful in the Baby Giro. He's like a bit of a new super freak from Red Bull. So that's pretty exciting to see where he goes. Jai Hindley, it was exciting to see him back at the Vuelta, nearly on the podium.
Yep.
So I think he's back to the level he can be after a few health issues and things like that. So it would be
crashes as well.
Yeah, crashes, concussions, things like that. So obviously love to see Jai back up. Lucas Hamilton is more stepping into like a leadership role at Ineos. I think it's good for him to go there. They see him as a different rider. He was here. He was sort of under pressure to perform as a GC guy. And now they're like, at Ineos, they see him as like a really well-rounded pro that can guide guys, set up guys. Bernal, who's working with him very well in the Grand Tours. Welsford, he probably will be less supported significantly. He'll probably win 7 stages of the Tour Down Under, but
Hagenort, he's there too.
Haig is there too. Bit of a, like I said, last-minute signing from Ineos there, but you get a lot of experience with him. This young kid, Matthew Fox, gone to Lotto Intermarché, had a very successful year in France on a lot of races. That'd be cool. Nick Schultz, pretty much since Clarkey's going to be retiring, I feel like Schultz is going to be
the new Clarkey. You're calling it.
Yeah, well, no, like as an experienced rider, Clarkey, Nick Schultz is an amazing teammate, and he has his own ability to get his race results, but he honestly is that guy that you could lean on to be a lieutenant on the road. And Israel has lost so much experience. Fuglsang gone, Froome is gone, Clarkey's gone, Woods is gone. You think about 4 or 5 guys that were over that 30 in experience, they've lost that. So they're going to look for that, and I think Schultz is going to step into that role. With Brady Gilmore, new pro from Perth, he's gone there as well to NSN, not Israel. And whoops. Anyway, he's really punchy and really successful, like sprinter, and like he's like a mini Michael Matthews, I'd say.
Okay.
So could get to that level, which is exciting. Clarkey, chapeau, shout out to Clarkey, amazing career.
He's retiring after this race, right?
Yep, Cadell Evans.
Yeah.
And
Same
Rob
race.
Stannard, still Bahrain victorious. And Rob did the tour this year, so that's good. And then we've got two of your boys. McKellar,
Yeah.
second year round.
Yeah.
It's exciting. What can you tell me about those two?
McKellar and Sweeney.
Or Mac Truck, we know him. What's his name?
Yeah.
16.
Yeah.
16er.
Alistair was really good last year, like really dependable. Like when you wanted him in position, he was in position. Like you look at him, you think, he's never going to get there. He's like quite little, but he manages. He's quite fast. He impressed us last year.
Good.
So
Yeah.
And the dog?
Swing dog.
The dog.
goes all right, doesn't he?
Mm.
Goes all right.
Is he going to get a bit more opportunity to go for his own results like this year because of what he showed last year? I mean, obviously he's an amazing teammate. In the last stage of the tour, he went after it, but like any focus around supporting him for like in the finals or something? Or?
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of that comes down to actually how the athlete responds to the responsibility of that moment. I think, we supported Harry at Luxembourg last year, and he was top 10 in GC against like a really good field, and he really enjoyed that experience. It's the first time he'd had it. I don't think he's done enough yet where he's been supported that he will call himself out of it. It's also tricky because he's so good.
Yeah, at his job. Yeah,
jobs. It's
true,
like this guy's been first wheel into Laredo and first wheel into Arenberg in the same season. It's who can do that?
First in Arenberg.
Yeah. He did Roubaix. So but we've changed his program a bit, so he won't do the cobble classics.
Okay.
I think it's the idea this year to go more in that Ardennes direction. But no.
Yeah.
Try and give him his chance. See what happens.
Exciting. Well, like I said, there's so many to go through. Do a whole pod on the other things. So yeah, sorry to I'll wrap that up.
On that note, there's a Harry Sweeney pod coming. I sat down with him just a couple of days ago, so it's a good one. Stay tuned.
Nice. So yeah, talking tactics. I just want to have a little talk. We're obviously about, and I was thinking about this, like how or what's going to happen with the rest of UAE this year. So you've got the POG team, right? And that's very easily, the hierarchy is so obvious. There's no question. Everyone's going to fall into line. Maybe Del Toro's waiting, but I think he's not yet ready to challenge, the best ever, right? So outside of that, at the back end of last year, we saw this kind of free-for-all. At the Vuelta, guys just going left and right. We're worried about GC and we're going to go for wins. And I wonder how that's going to be managed in let's say the alternate team, the one that goes to all the other races through this year. So last year they won a lot. Everybody wanted to go. They wanted to take their chance. But I look at the team here, super stacked team, right? Very, very good team. But you've also got like Narvaez, who won the race last year, on one hand, with a few like Latino guys around, and they've got their thing. And then there's Jay Vine on the other hand, who, as far as I read from an interview that he did at the start of summer, he looked back at like last year's Australian campaign as like the worst part of his year or like a bad thing.
Even though they won the race.
Even though they won the race. So it's like, okay, so he's got his own ambitions. He wants to win the race. Narvaez,
where's Yates slot in then?
Where does Yates fit in, Like they're so stacked. And it's okay to say, like let's let the road decide, but that doesn't generally tend to work for very long. I think it worked really well last year. Had a good period at the end of the year, but already it starts to get a bit ragged when you've got, what we saw at the Vuelta just like wasn't normal.
It wasn't. But it was incredibly successful, and that's the hard thing about it. To change that, like there was probably not a lot of team orders followed or plans followed. Just guys were just on another level. Everyone was winning whenever they went up the road.
What happened from the debriefs?
There's no
just
debrief.
winning, no debrief,
no debrief, just
champagne.
Yeah.
Look, it's from what I've got no idea what happens in the back end of that, but from what I understand, there's not much direction being said from the cars, from what I understand. It's like...
But I think you'd fall into a trap, like when you're doing that, as to like, you know, your DS, you've got all these guys who are like highly successful, highly motivated, and it takes like a super strong character to basically put your hand on, like bang your fist on the table and say, right, you're not having your chance.
Yeah, you're working for someone.
You're working for Narvaez here. Whether or not they've got that across the board in every DS they've got, you know, it's like, it could be hard to manage. Ego's growing, you know, like people see the success around them. They want some of it. They see like other people getting the rewards.
Well, it looks a bit, only Poggy is the one potentially, because he just outright outperforms them, that he's the one who puts the hand on the list and goes, this is what we're doing tomorrow, and everyone listens up. But by the looks of it from the outside, not too many, even like Almeida, like what a season that guy had last year. Like incredible. And like, I don't know if he's doing that or even getting the respect to do that, because McNulty might be, or Jay Vine or someone else. They're not saying this is what's happening, but they're like, well, if I was in those shoes, I would also win.
Yeah.
The thing is, they can go elsewhere if they want to have their own opportunities. It's not working there, but clearly the environment and the team is
money
really good.
keeps them there.
Money, sure, in their pocket, but also I think all the extras that team has, the ability to do like what you guys are doing now. It's all about the extra 1%ers and everything. It feels like that team has got all that, even and more.
I don't see, like, don't get me wrong, I don't see a team that, like, you know, I look at them at the dinner table, they don't look like fragmented. They're not all sat there on their phones. They're all chatting. Like they do look like they're functioning, but it's like, it's a really, I think it would be a hard thing to maintain. Like, as everybody's bubbling up and wanting to do more and get better. And I just feel like maybe we see it blowing over in some of the races this year.
But it sort of come to a point where there's this, like, I remember speaking to Steve about the Belgium Classic team, Quickstep, and had this really, you know, Storming and Teapot years, or a couple of years there, where there was just all these guys who were just there, and it was just, couldn't believe what was happening. They were winning just left, right, and centre, and all of a sudden they got to a point after a couple of years, then got to a point where they're like, I can go there for a little bit more money, go there, and they all sort of left, and then Quickstep is not as good in the classics as they used to be, but UAE might be like, this year might be the same as last year, but then we'll probably get to maybe one more year when those boys are like, now I'm a bit older, now I've got a bit more maturity, now I'm in like closer to my late 20s or 30s, I'm a bit more experienced, I can make my own calls, and then you might find that team disperses. But at this point, I can't see it changing too much.
I think the big difference with Quickstep was, like, allegedly, I don't know if it's true, like the salaries weren't amazingly high.
Yeah, true.
Whereas
true.
like, so they were looking to go, and then they were basically like, well, if you want to go, you can go, or you can stay and be successful here.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So that does come into it. But I just think it'd be an interesting thing to follow. You know, with the team that wins so much and that's talked about so much, you know, it's like they're dominating what, like Sky did in 2016, 2015. It's like, okay, well, what are they going to do in this race? You know, and then it's like, okay, let's just make our tactic around that, you know, or they're going to, you know, all they did was ever pull, you know, so it's like the speed's going to go this bunch led by this team, and you know that, and then what are you going to do around it?
I am surprised that there isn't any sort of bitterness or jealousy within the team of the second tier guys. I say second tier because Pog's the top tier. That there isn't a more fighting. And you said that, you know, around the gyms, and I haven't heard about it or read about it or anything. No one's reporting about that. But you'd think there would have been a bit more, like, you know, as you said, like Jay Vine being here, it's an Australian race, I want to have my turn, I'm in the shape, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, someone's managing that.
Yeah.
I think you've also got some guys, Adam Yates, Rafa Micah, a few of these boys, Rafa's retired now, but there was these boys that had that one and only leadership, like a Pogacar level at the team, and not necessarily embrace that or like that. And I think coming to UAE, there was just, it's clearly all the pressure's on Poggy.
Yeah.
Always, more or less, every time we go to a race. And then there's the odd occasion where, like, Adam Yates will just go off to this race and you'll just win Tour of Swiss, or, you know, but then
small races.
But the major goal is Adam Yates to be in the best possible shape for Pogacar at the Tour de France.
Yeah,
that's the goal. So but now I'm at Tour of Swiss, I'm just going to do this. So, I mean, definitely I know for Adam it's worked amazingly because it's actually alleviated some pressure outside of it. There's not noise around him at all, and he just can do his thing. He loves racing his bike, and he's more or less happy to go and support someone.
Yeah, man, he's incredibly, like, I saw him just kicking around here. It's like so low key,
so chilled. Yeah,
it's like just wandering about, like going shopping or whatever. With like, it's great.
Yeah.
Let's get a quiz in before
it's bureau o'clock. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it. I've cooked up the CommuniQuiz. There's a bit of a theme, and you guys mentioned it before. So
Chisholm thing as well.
Shut up. I mean,
I'm just pulling the quiz up. All right, boys. You mentioned him before, Simon Clark. You mentioned him before, Simon Clark, 17 years pro. This is his 18th year. And I think it's going to be a rarity from now on.
Oh, it's a big career.
It's a big career. This is his last season. It'll be over in a few weeks. So I've got a few questions about Clarkie. You've worked with him. You obviously know him, racing with him. Australian cycling legend.
Teammates,
exactly.
Yeah.
This is just just go in. Call it first. How many Grand Tours has Clarkie ridden in his 18 years pro?
105.
I mean, what?
How many Grand Tours has he ridden?
Yeah, 21. Yeah, 105.
No.
I'm joking. I've no idea.
Right. I thought you meant stages. Like, there's no possible way you can do 105. That's not possible.
No.
It's not 21.
So he would have ridden. He didn't start until.
I'll give you a clue. He's ridden 8 tours.
16.
He's ridden 8 tours and 6 Giros.
He rode a few Vueltas.
And 6 Vueltas. How quick's your maths?
I can't remember what you said about
20, no?
20. Well done, Durbo. 1 point to Durbo. Go. Well done.
Jesus.
Of the 5 monuments...
But I was like, wait, how many tours again?
Of the 5 monuments Clarkie started, which of them...
He only started 5 monuments.
No, sorry. Of the 5 monuments...
He started all the 5.
Yeah, all 5, sorry.
I was going to say.
Which of them did he only do once?
Roubaix.
No.
Lombardy.
No.
Flanders.
I thought you might go Roubaix. He's done it twice.
He has done it twice. Astana and I can't remember the next year.
All right. 2 points to Durbo. Question 3.
I'm going to send this to Simon. He's going to love it.
He's ridden on a total of 7 teams since turning professional. What are they? Go 1 for 1. You can have 1 guess each.
ISD.
Astana.
EF.
Green Edge. See what we did there?
Yeah. Israel.
NSN.
Is that the 7?
I know you're the
Can't
quiz.
be.
No,
that's
it's
just
not.
1, 2,
No,
3, 4, 5,
we're
6.
We're
That's-
missing 2.
Does NSN count?
Yeah, well,
Is
it's the same one, same team.
It's not. It's completely different.
Amica Chips.
SouthAustralia.com.
No, wasn't pro yet.
Amica
There's one more.
Chips. Amica Chips.
Call it out.
Hang
This
on.
would be the winner of this question.
Hang on a sec. So,
You said ISD, Astana, Green Edge, Cannondale or EF, Israel, NSN.
Dimension Data.
Oh, yeah.
Correct. Southam's back on the board. Question 3. How many race wins has he had? Question 4, sorry.
8.
Close.
10.
Slower than 8.
7.
7. Southam. 2-1.
No.
3-1. 3-1.
No, it's 3-2.
3-2. 3-2.
3-2.
Okay. Different question. Looking to this year, this is now not about Clarkie. That was
right.
Clarkie's segment over.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Looking to this year, Jonas Vingegaard is looking to join an exclusive group of riders who have won all 3 Grand Tours. How many riders have done that?
It's something like 3 other
It's not.
riders.
It's more than
5.
3. It's more than 5.
Yeah. All 3 Grand Tours, more than 5. Wow.
It's less than 10.
8.
7.
7.
Yeah, I thought so. Always go with 7 when he says, is that 3 all?
3 all.
Yep. Do you guys want to have a stab at any of the names or we just leave it?
Actually.
I'll just run you through.
Frumi?
Uncatil, Frumi,
Nibali.
Nibali. Anyone else? Merckx,
Yeah.
Hinault,
You know.
and Giamondi. Felice.
Happy Gemondi.
How many riders have won all 5 monuments?
5.
Less.
3.
3. The theme is Poggy's going for 5 this year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jonas is going for the 3.
Yep.
That's why I thought I'd bring it up. Do you know the 3 that have done it?
Van Looy's one, is that right?
Yep.
Merckx.
Van Looy, Merckx, and
Mr. Roubaix.
Vivamic.
De Vlaamic. There you go.
Vlamic's done it. All right. The last segment is Simon Yates. Scores are?
4-3.
Yep, 4-3.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're 1 up or 2 up.
Who rode the Tour de France first, Simon or Adam?
Simon.
4 all.
That's a pretty unfair question. I was there.
Who won
AlUla.
a Grand Tour stage first?
Adam.
Simon or Adam?
Adam.
Simon.
Simon.
I should have known it was a Simon Yates quiz. All the answers are Simon Yates.
Yeah, they are just Simon.
All right. Who is older? Simon or Adam?
Simon.
Did you know that?
Yes. It's such a stupid. I'm just running away with this quiz. It's like 10-1 now.
All right.
It's over.
Be quick. This is going to be a quick fire one, this one. Just yell it out when you know it. In 2023, stage 1 of the Tour de France, Simon and Adam broke away for victory. Who won?
Adam.
I told you to be quick. All right, there's a good chance for you to come back. There's a side note to this question.
Right.
How many times before have brothers become 1-2 in a Tour de France stage?
Twice.
How'd you know that?
There's only other 2 brothers that we can imagine. Schleck brothers.
No, other than theirs.
Oh, 2. Yeah, I don't know. Just
So it's 3 total.
3.
So 2.
Oh, okay, 2 more, yeah.
The Schleck brothers.
Sagan and Yuri just went 1-2 in the Nationals.
The Policia brothers from 1923.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
those guys. I remember the 23 season.
Yuri just spoke
100 years ago.
on the back.
All right, last question. It's a big one. In 2025, Simon Yates came back in the Giro after losing the pink jersey to Chris Froome in 2018 and on the Col de Fenestra. This time he turned the tables and it was him who took the pink jersey from Del Toro's shoulders on the Col de Fenestra. What did he say at the finish line? Is it A, I knew coming to this year's Giro when I saw the route announced and the Fenestra was on the cards, I etched it down that this time it would be me who would turn the tables and show who was boss. Quoting.
There is no way he said that.
These are direct quotes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
B, I never truly believed it until the last moment. I'm not normally an emotional person, but I couldn't even hold back the tears. Hold the tears back crossing the line. Direct quote.
Right.
Simon Yates.
Yeah.
Another quote from Simon.
I just want to hear this next one.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. I just want for the sake of it. I'm not going to say anything because I just want to hear.
I like a cappuccino. Yeah. I love Rome.
These quotes. It really was a surprise that the way those boys were riding behind. Don't they understand that this climbs means so much to me and how much extra power it was going to give me? They would have had to work together as soon as I attacked because otherwise there was no chance. I was on an absolute mission today.
B.
Yeah, B.
All right.
B.
D.
Oh, come on.
There's a full alphabet of clubs. Last one. This is a direct quote from Simon Yates at the finish line. I really couldn't believe it. All I was seeing the whole time is, this is how Chris Froome must have felt way back in 2018.
And now I was thinking that.
Yeah.
And now I know how it feels. This is so awesome to steal it away like that.
Yeah.
Gotta go
I think it
with-
was B. I think it was B.
Well, I knew you'd say that. So there's a bonus question. Last question.
All right.
Tour Down Under. The Tour Down Under, way back when it started in 1999, there's only one team that's written every edition. What team is it? Is it A, FDJ, B, Movistar, C, AG2R, or D, UAE?
AG2R.
You sure?
I'm going.
So all these teams, like, obviously not the same sponsor, but the same organisation.
FDJ?
You sure you want to lock it?
Yeah.
Correct. Well done.
Wow. Chapeau.
They've done everyone.
I thought you were going to say UniSA. I'm like, yeah, national team. Yeah.
No. Nice, boys. It's been a big one.
Yep.
You navigated through the CommuniQuiz, so thank you.
There's too many Aussie pros. That's why we went over time.
Big thanks to our partner, Training Peaks, and, of course, MAP. And, boys, of course, my two guests, co-hosts.